it's got a flavor, right?
It has really good flavor.
Poor Jeremy. Poor Jeremy over there. It hit him like a Mack truck.
Oh!
How are your lips, Jeremy?
Don't lick! Don't lick!
So
It's
good.
still getting hotter. Oh!
Oh boy! This poor guy.
He's eating yogurt. Welcome to
Krevat Attacks
Hot
Scores.
Scores. Whether you like your hot sauces super tasty or giving you a pain in your tummy, we'll help you find one that's super, super yummy.
We're starting with Karma Sauce's Smokey Karma, which I'm kind of excited about. Karma is from up in Rochester, New York. So shout out to my friend Josh from Rochester, who never shuts up about being from Rochester. Go eat a garbage plate, Josh. Here's what they have to say about it. We've added a dash of real chipotle pepper and orange peel. Yes, orange peel. To create a smoky sweet Karma blend that adds rich depth to a wide variety of recipes.
Yum, yum, yum.
Matthew, we're going to overlap a little as I read the ingredients. In this wonderful sauce is red bell pepper, butternut squash, apple cider vinegar. We're seeing a lot of that lately. Onion, sweet potato. Sweet potato. Get this, New York honey. That's right, baby, because there ain't no honey like a New York honey. Garlic, salt, ground chipotle chili, ginger, and orange zest. This sounds so delicious.
That's an amazing ingredient lineup, though. It sounds like it's like Thanksgiving dinner, all the sides except the turkey into one thing.
Maybe it would be good on turkey.
I think this is going to be our Thanksgiving sauce. Let's keep that in mind as we taste it. Will we want this on Thanksgiving?
Very ketchupy.
Smells sweet and a little smoky.
Yeah, it smells sweet. I'm getting sweet.
Yeah.
I
L'chaim.
am.
There's that sweet potato. I
Yeah.
did taste the sweet potato for real.
It's really tasty. I like this. This is like, it does taste like a sweet potato puree, but with all these flavors and spices in it, and a little hint of heat, just like a little like someone put a couple teaspoons of cayenne pepper in it. A little hint of heat in there.
There's a touch of heat, enough that perhaps my wife could have this hot sauce, but I will stand with my earlier analysis pre-taste that it would go fantastic with something light like turkey. It'd liven it up and give it a little pop, some sweetness. Very, very nice.
This should be the Krevat Attack Thanksgiving hot sauce. We should definitely all have this on our Thanksgiving dinners, spread out around the country as we will be this year. That would be cool.
Yeah, if I have any left, because I'm definitely going to be putting on turkey sandwiches before that.
It might go fast because it's got a little bit of a smoky taste and it's got that sweetness. I have a feeling it's going to be a favorite in the lower hot sauce levels of the house.
Even though I'm a vegan, I will have a turkey with this hot sauce on Thanksgiving. I'm 95% vegan.
95%, but on this show, from the way he talks, about 30%.
Yeah, as long as he's not eating, he's vegan.
That's 95% of the time.
Yeah.
I think this is a super easy one for heat.
No arguments. One for heat.
It's a one. It's a one.
I was going to say a 6 for taste. I think it's a really tasty sauce. It's like, it doesn't blow my socks off like some of the ones I love did, but I think it's really tasty.
I was thinking more like a 7, even an 8, because I think everybody will like this sauce. And because it's not that spicy, I think everybody can enjoy this sauce.
It's interesting because I was like 7 to 8. I was going to start with an 8 and be willing to go to 7.
So let's go to 7 then.
It's a 777. We'll turn it into everybody's
7, 7, and 7. One of my favorite drinks. A good old 7, 7, and 7.
If only they can get the airplane working.
Let me introduce our next guest. This guest was Jocelyn's old statistics professor at Brooklyn College. And when I say old, he's not old. I mean, it was just a long time ago that she took statistics in college.
That would make him old.
But which makes us all old. Over the years, we've all become very close friends. I'd like to introduce Dr. Frank Grasso.
Dr. Frank.
There I am.
Hey,
Okay.
Dr. Frank.
Hey guys, nice to see you. I've been watching your show for a while. I think I'm a big fan. I've always been a fan of hot sauces, and you added something extra.
Well, welcome to our show, Frank. Welcome to
Krevat
Attack
Hot
Scores.
Terrific. So I'm really glad, as I said, to be here. Jeremy asked me because I used to be like really into hot sauces when I was in my 20s and stuff like that. And I used to hang out at a bar called Mike's Westview, which had hot habanero peppers on the bar. And I used to pop them whole in order to win drinks. So those days are gone.
Well, they're coming back.
I would have tears pouring down my face and stuff like that. But yeah, like that. So I'm a big fan of that stuff for sure.
You're joining us for an incredible hot sauce. This is one we've been looking forward to on the one hand. On the other hand, we really don't want to ever do it.
And he ran away in fear.
My hot sauce fell on the keyboard and disconnected me. That's what it was. I saw Matthew reaching for it, and I reached for mine, and it's a little crowded here. So, yeah.
Well, welcome back, too.
I'm delighted to be here. You guys are legendary.
This hot sauce is so hot, before you open the bottle, it will knock your Wi-Fi out. That's how hot it is. This is from First We Feast presents Hot Ones, The Last Dab, XXX Hot Sauce by Heatonist. So Heatonist and Hot Ones got together and made this one to be the number 10, and it's been the number 10 on Hot Ones for a long time. The way they describe it is caution, but not just any caution, all caps, caution with an exclamation point. The hottest sauce on Hot Ones cranks out the spice level even higher with this special XXX rated version of The Last Dab. 3 distinct strains of Smoke and Ed Curry's most infamous chili pepper, Pepper X. That's chocolate Pepper X, and peach Pepper X, combined to smoke out celebrity guests and fans alike. Add a dab to your favorite foods and live the Hot Ones tradition. A dab. It says add a dab.
That's less than a quarter teaspoon.
Yes, I think a dab is less than a quarter teaspoon generally.
Well, for us, it's going to be a quarter teaspoon, and the food we'll use will be a spoon.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you what's in it more specifically. Pepper X, that's the first ingredient.
Mm-hmm.
Chocolate Pepper X, peach Pepper X, distilled vinegar, ginger root, turmeric, coriander, cumin, and finally, some dry mustard.
I do want to point out, a lot of the sauces we've had recently have had the first ingredient be chili peppers, and then as Jeremy says, parentheses, 2 or 3 types of pepper, which we sussed out. That means that if you combine all the peppers together, it's the biggest ingredient, but none of the individual peppers were the biggest ingredient. That's a statistic for you there, Frank. But this one just starts out Pepper X. Like, that's the biggest ingredient. Didn't have to combine to get there.
You picked a hell of a week to join us.
I went to school with a lot of engineering majors, and they referred to statistics as sadistics. So I'm feeling like we're going to live up to that today. This is going to be a little masochistic maybe of us to do this to ourselves.
I went to an engineering school, and so I hung out with those guys, and they definitely talked about statistics, and they made all of these funny cartoons where they would show what a sigma function could do to you.
We'll see if last dab or a sigma function destroys us more.
This is only the second time I feared one of the sauces. The first was chocolate plague, and it hurt.
I saw that. It was painful through the internet to watch you experiencing it.
Yes, the chocolate plague is made by the person who crossbred the peppers that are in this.
I wanted to pop in and say hi to Frank.
Hey, Jocelyn, look, I got my teaspoon of heat here, quarter teaspoon of heat.
I'm nervous.
Hey, Jocelyn, what'd you get in statistics in college?
She got an A+.
It's true.
She did?
Then we're very sorry for what we're about to do to you.
She earned it. She earned it. There's no doubt.
Oh boy.
Mm. I'm sorry, I raised the head.
Wow.
To smell without you.
It definitely smells hot.
Oh my God. That's the first time I'm in pain at sniff.
Oh.
I can sense the capsaicin in my nose.
If you can get through the heat, there's some lovely cumin notes in there and mustard notes that are really nice. Maybe we'll taste them.
L'chaim.
Oh no.
Mm. Mm.
I'm chewing it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Oh, so good.
It is.
It is so tasty.
Oh.
It's good. Yeah.
The pain hasn't hit yet. It's just starting.
Oh.
But it's got a flavor, right?
It has really good flavor.
Poor
Yeah.
Jeremy. Poor Jeremy over there. It hit him like a Mack truck.
Oh.
How are your lips, Jeremy?
Don't lick. Don't lick.
So
It's
good.
still getting hotter. Oh.
Ooh,
Oh boy, this poor guy.
He's eating yogurt.
Oh, I can feel it burning down my esophagus, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
you feel that? Like it's right about here.
So I've had it twice before. Once a dab on a hot wing, and once I tossed a hot wing in it. See that on YouTube, me eating a wing covered in it. It's a lot hotter by itself
I've had it on a meatless hot dog.
because you're a vegan.
Hey, it's still hot. I'm still feeling it
Oh,
all
yeah.
around my mouth. You know, it's just radiating. Jeez.
It hasn't
I told-
turned yet, but it hasn't gotten to crazy yet.
No. I did this thing years ago. My worst was Dave's Insanity sauce. I told Jeremy about this. And what happened was my wife, like, I used to be eating a lot more hot food back then. She's always trying to be nice. And so she bought me this thing and I'd never heard of it.
Oh,
And
no.
I was like, you know, chugging hot sauce all the time. And I just didn't have respect. I didn't know what it was. I took a whole teaspoon, like a heaping teaspoon, and I swallowed it. And then I couldn't see for 15 minutes. I went into the living room.
Wow.
I staggered over furniture. There were tears coming out of my eyes. It was the worst.
I have a different memory I want to ask you about, Lee. Do you remember when you came home from college, the job that mom wanted you to have over the summer, your first year home from college?
No.
Remember she wanted you to juggle chipwiches like in the street of New York City?
She did.
Take a look at Jeremy right now.
Are you okay, Jeremy? You look like
Jewish.
you're recovering.
Is that like a whoopee cake or a chipwich, Jeremy? Is that cream or ice cream?
I don't know that he's got the power of speech restored yet. Are you okay, Jeremy?
It's a Klondike bar.
Brilliant.
Chip cookie.
Off-brand chipwich. Okay. They don't have the chips all around the side like chipwich did.
They used to say, what would you do for a Klondike bar?
Now we know.
Seems to have peaked.
It's still in my mouth, but it's not building.
It's not building. It's still just as painful.
It's painful in my esophagus. I'm feeling it make its way down there, but my mouth is okay.
It's an
My
esophagus
tongue is
burn.
on fire.
An
I've
esophagus,
got
yeah.
reserves of acid saliva, like canals around my teeth. Like if I run my tongue around my teeth, it pulls down saliva that's acid.
I'm tempted to do a lip lick, but I'm
I
afraid
did a little bit of lip licking because it was drying out, and I could feel a little tingle on it, but I was careful not to over saliva it.
you didn't overlick your
I
lip.
did not over lick. I have a controlled lick.
Well, that had real flavor to it. I can't quite put my finger on what that flavor was.
Well, maybe the second dose will give you a chance to
I
get to know it a little
see.
better.
Are we going to do a
flavor-
second dose? Are you guys up for it?
Before we talk about a second dose,
Because I
As
want
I
you guys to
tried
buy
to
me a beer, you know, if I do a second dose.
as I try to delay, the flavor is long gone. Now it's only heat, and it's still enough heat that I don't really want to do a second dose yet. But I will.
Is that traditional? You guys do a second dose? I didn't remember
No.
seeing that.
Well,
No?
Rarely.
Listen to him.
It's not a rule. It is not a rule to do a second dose. Although,
Yeah.
as my daughter did point out, we always have.
Since the first time we did it, in which Lee emphatically said, we shouldn't do this all the time, but let's see if we could do it this time. We've done it every time. Even with Chocolate Plague, where Lee said it, hoping nobody would take him up on it, but we did.
Right.
Well, I say we did. Jeremy laughed at us and said he's not that dumb. He married a girl who got an A+ in statistics. Frank, what school did you go to that you hung out with engineers?
I went to Worcester Polytech.
Ah, I was at Brooklyn Polytech. So
I-
polytechnically speaking, we're related.
I wish. You guys are so cool.
I ate an ice cream.
My daughter said we were cool too.
I ate an ice cream
We
sandwich.
were called cool. I said we were never called cool before. How many times does it take to get to polytechnically cool?
Well, I think you have to recognize who it's coming from, right? I went to
Right.
an engineering school. I'm a nerd. When I saw Matthew, what he's wearing, I'm thinking it's a Star Trek uniform.
It is not.
I know,
It
but
is worse.
the black collar, the
I know, but it's worse than that. I'll
command
tell you what
rank
it is.
Star Trek, right? Yeah. Oh my God!
It's a New Orleans version of Doctor Who, Doctor Who Dat.
I do think that if we keep calling it polytechnically cool, we will never be cool.
Cool.
Well, if you keep eating hot sauce, you can't be cool either, right?
True.
At least not on the inside.
A
It's still
different kind of
burning. It's still burning, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm ready for a second if anybody wants to join
Wow. Wow. All right.
me. Jeremy?
No way. No way.
Order.
He got the hotter bottle. We got cool bottles, and he
That's
got
right.
the hot bottle.
I always get the hot batch. I
Yeah.
just can't eat another ice cream sandwich and eat more. I'll get sick. Can you wait until I'm in a position to enjoy watching you suffer? Because I'm not even ready to watch you suffer.
No, I've got to be at work tomorrow, Jeremy. Sorry.
There's a long hang time for me on that one.
I got my household measuring. You see my copper measuring spoons, so I know it's a perfect quarter teaspoon.
That's crazy. Why would anyone do that?
L'chaim.
I am.
Fruitier this time.
Yeah, you get the flavor more the second time.
Where do
You have
you-
a chance.
Fruity and something metallic, I think.
That's the spoon. You bit the
That's
spoon.
right. I licked the spoon. You're right.
It was dissolving the spoon, basically.
Yes, dissolved copper going into my mouth, right?
I
Exactly.
can't say what the taste is, but I
Yeah.
like it. I really like the taste.
I
Yeah,
get mustardy hints and cumin. That's the two things that I get the most out of the flavors.
Jocelyn, do you want to do the second hit in my stead? She said, sure.
I think I'm starting to perspire, actually. I'm beginning to feel it coming out,
I am.
you know? Yeah.
You
Woo.
think?
I think I don't have to do that yet, but maybe I'll take a shower after.
Okay, so my wife, Jocelyn, is going to do my second shot that I have opted out of.
That was very positive.
This is my wife, Jocelyn.
He's still
I'm sorry,
suffering.
I'm in a lot of pain.
Excited about this. I was listening in the background.
L'chaim.
L'chaim.
I am.
I am.
You go back for more.
There's still, it's like wedged in there.
She's talking.
Get her go.
Now that she's tasted hers, I have never wanted to go for the water more in my life. I keep reaching for it and having to pull my hand back.
But there wasn't enough heat there. She had to keep going back in.
It takes a little bit for it to hit you.
I just got a phlegm. I was gonna say I got no heat now.
Very
I just got I just got phlegm.
it's building. It tastes sort of like pocket change a little bit.
Yeah.
It's sort of it's very, this might be the hottest one yet for me,
It should be.
I think. I'm not in pain, but I'm not comfortable. I'm sweating. I'm gonna take a sip of this.
That's my drink. I'm going to need that still.
It's actually hotter now than it was 2 minutes ago.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
the drink kind of made it worse.
Oh, good. I'm happy I didn't have mine.
Yeah, me too.
Blue cheese?
No thanks. Yeah. No.
You want blue cheese?
No.
So I think this is a 7.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think it's got a broad base of heat, though, right? There's the stuff in the back of your mouth, the front of your mouth, the length of your tongue, all the way down your alimentary canal, right? Yeah, it's
I've
like,
got a lip thing happening.
and it lasts, definitely. Yeah.
I'm using the Jeremy scale of how deep is my head going into my shoulder.
I remember that. Yeah.
It's not as aggressive as chocolate plague.
Jocelyn's gonna get up and get something to eat, maybe?
No, I'm good. I'm good. It's
I'm good.
She's good.
the outer, my face hurts though.
This last dab put me in pain.
It's difficult for me to explain.
I had some more.
Made me puke on the floor.
Another quarter teaspoon? I'm not insane.
So I want more. So here's what I want to do. I don't want to. I was at Lidl, the German grocery store, yesterday, and I bought pretzels. And I can't help but wonder, with the mustard base of this, the dry mustard, what it would taste with a pretzel.
To date, we've been at about the same spot, but I would not do any more, even on a pretzel.
Wow. What, the thing is, you're really brave. In my experience, if you have salt, it just amplifies the intensity of the heat. I saw salt crystals on that thing, right? You're
There's
going,
a little bit of salt. It's not very salty. There's just a couple of crystals. It's like a
but
little.
you're going full on into the perfect storm, right? You're turning your bow into it. I'll go with you again if you want. I'll join you, but I'm not doing the pretzel thing.
Well, I'm not. I don't have a full quarter teaspoon on this. It's just kind
Just
of
a
a
dab.
dab of it. There's just a little spill on it. It's maybe
So
an
you're,
8.
you're going full salt.
Yeah.
We call that assaulting your taste buds.
It's very good.
How could he eat more? I don't understand.
The starchiness somehow is bringing out the sweetness.
Yeah, that's right. I bet it does.
I lost the ability to talk. What I was trying to say when I first tasted it was, I was thinking, and I've heard people describe it this way, and it totally came to my head, Caribbean, and I'm imagining chunks of chicken on a stick, and this sauce kind of basted on it a little bit.
It goes very good with big German pretzel. Say it goes very good with that.
I can see that, Jeremy. I think that's right. The
Like a satay.
The Spanish bonnet. Definitely that Spanish bonnet pepper. That was in
The
what
Scotch
we just
bonnet.
Scotch bonnet, right? That's the Caribbean thing, and
Yeah.
there's a whole bunch of that in this, right?
But nothing. This is just pepper X's.
No, I mean the flavor, not
Yeah,
the
flavor,
actual.
yeah.
It felt very much like that. If you had a juicy beef like some brisket, I know it's a crime to do that to a brisket, but if it's juicy and then this hot sauce penetrates in, you're going to get that rich flavor. Yeah, I think this would be substantial to go with it, right?
I've got to have this on my mom's pot roast. Oh
There
my
you go.
God.
Yeah, that's the idea. Definitely. It would go great with that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I could see putting a tiny little dab on those things, but I would go very, very small on it.
You're right. I think the way I'm going to attack this, and I'm going to do this, is I'm going to put a dab into some sauce that I take off, and then put that sauce back on so that I can distribute it evenly.
So you're going to temper it.
I'm going to temper it.
What I would love to do is get a couple of friends who like hot things, buy a couple of these pretzels, and have a tasting of it on a pretzel. I think it's much more suited to that than on a chip or something else. I think it's the ideal way to do a tasting of this. But I am now thinking, man, a rare roast beef sandwich with just a dab of this spread on bread would be really nice.
Yeah.
I've had small dabs of chocolate plague on a meatless hot dog, vegan, and I can see doing that with this, but maybe the dabs are a little bigger.
Yeah.
So to me, this is a 7.
Jocelyn's sitting here in pain.
I feel like my lips are feeling.
This was significantly worse than the chocolate plague for me. Significantly worse. I would go 9 on heat. Plus I've ever had by a mile.
What have we given 7s to before?
Nothing.
Nothing. So everything else was 6. Hellboy and Stargazer were 6s. Stargazer
Hellboy
was
was a
6.
5. Stargazer and Thor were 6s.
Oh,
What was Chocolate Plague?
8.
I might say 7 with you then. I thought it would be hotter, worse. I mean, but I think the fact that Chocolate Plague was just pepper mash, it was just peppers in your mouth, it just so much more intense. Even if it's not hotter by chemicals, it stays with you harder and harsher. This has so much flavor distracting me from the heat that while I still feel the heat, it's not as a deep heat.
If someone would do it with me, Professor, I could do a 3rd. Although I'm a little bit nervous about my belly.
Yeah, I'm feeling it down, down right now. I think the tongue and everything's not going to be a problem for it, but I definitely think that would be a problem for me too. That down in the stomach, the heat's passed. I'm going to go with a 7 too. I think that's right. I really was expecting a lot more heat, and I might even go down a little bit on my Dave's Insanity sauce scale, but that was many years ago, right? So I think I'm happy with a 7 too, because it wasn't like astronomically hot, but it was very hot.
I'll go with the consensus, but I'm just saying from my perspective, this is the sauce. This is the hottest one for me in my life so far.
Unlike a Dave's Insanity, which is made to be a college dare, this tastes good.
Well, for my part, I really liked it. And I just compulsively came out with an 8, and I really enjoyed it. I think, the balance also of the heat and the flavor coming up, I thought it was tremendous.
I would say, considering it's the hottest sauce I ever had, but I actually thought about what it would taste like on food and I'm actually thinking it would make certain foods taste really delicious. I have to say that it's an incredible accomplishment to make a sauce this hot that has that flavor and taste. So I'd go to 8.
And I think, like, if I had it on a roast beef, that would be like a bit of heaven. So heaven rhymes with 7 to me. So I'm giving this a 7 for flavor. It's my 7th heaven roast beef on bread that's leavened.
Nicely done.
I would give it a 6. And the reason is because I've thought of the deliciousness of the 7s and 8s that we've had and 9s. However, given the fact that it's so hot and it still managed to actually have a good flavor, I feel fine about giving it a 7 or an 8, whatever you guys decide.
If I'm having more on my pretzel, I may have to come up to an 8 because there's nothing else that I have more of on a pretzel.
Can you guys do fractional stuff like 7.5, or is it like, strictly?
That's not cool, man.
Whole numbers.
Cool.
Whole
Yeah.
numbers.
Whole numbers, yeah. Too complicated with the fractions.
Don't be like Matthew's son.
Who's also
Really good
very,
advice.
very smart and very technical.
Frank told me and sent me some amazing pictures of he actually went out and got pucker duck.
Yeah.
Watching our episode, and you want to tell them how you used it?
So you guys were talking. I saw the episode with the pucker duck, right? And I said, those ingredients, the ginger and the orange and all of that, they're going to go great, like they said, on a duck. So I have a duck. I just said the moment I was watching, guys, I have a duck in my freezer that I have to use. It's been way in the back, So I pulled it out, and this morning, in time, I roasted it and I ate it before this, and it worked great.
Because Beyond doesn't make a Beyond duck yet, I had to use the pucker duck sauce to make a pucker ducktini.
Oh, I can hardly wait. That sounds great.
Yeah. I've gone through about half my bottle so far. We had it on egg rolls and spring rolls, and our father doesn't really eat Chinese food. He gets fried chicken wings, and there were a couple left over, and I doused them in pucker duck as I ate his chicken wings.
And it was you guys, it was so mild, but you guys were talking about all the flavor that was in there, and the flavor is just there. Just like you're saying, what should it go with? So I made like a glaze with it to go on the outside of the duck, and all those chunks of like ginger and hot pepper and stuff were like clinging to the outside of the duck skin as I roasted it. And then it was, and then I found some technical things. The glaze fell off into the bottom of the pan, and it made this unbelievable sauce that did all the vegetables and stuff. So, you know, I did this and it worked great. And I sent pictures, you guys, and I wouldn't have eaten that duck if you guys hadn't inspired me like talking about duck on the shows.
Yeah.
And it works great. I mean, I imagine, you know, you could be drinking it on the road while you're driving, get pulled over. So.
Well, and Lee did.
Hey, Lee, I just sent you pictures that you could put up on the screen if you want.
And while you're all enjoying that view, go ahead and hit the like button.
And hit the subscribe button if you like these videos.
Ding, 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 ding.
That was Lee ringing the notification bell.
Hey, Frank, it was a pleasure to have you. Come back anytime you want on
Krevat
Attack
Hot
Scores.
Scores.
Thank you, guys. It's been a pleasure for me, too.